Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Andrew Tate.
Reading nursery stories and from and
Leave the kids alone. If you want to chop your dick off, I have nothing against that. I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti-transgender. I'm not anti any of these things. What I am anti is propagating your worldview on other people's children. If you're gay and you can't have kids, why do you now believe it's your right to go to other people's kids and tell them how to think? If you've decided that the type of sex you want to have will prevent you from procreating, that's your decision, right? You've decided that having sex with women isn't worth it for you. You don't want to have children. You want to have sex with men. Fine, your decision, and you're entitled to it. That does not give you the entitlement to go to other people's families who did decide to have children and raise them and try and program their children. Leave the kids alone. You can be as transgender as you like. Don't come talk to my kid about it. That's my child. I will program my child with my worldviews. I raise them. I pay for them. They're my kid. They're not your kid. And they're not the government's kid.
That brings me to a point that my brother, Kind of Local Sports, was talking about on a Sunday. Does it take a village to raise your child? And that was a very interesting topic. It was very interesting live. They had some good opinions. They talked about a lot of things. But you have to understand that the village is big. And when they mean the village nowadays, they're talking about the government, the teachers and workers and everybody who has opinions that might not be aligned with yours. They might be aligned with yours, and you might not care that they're teaching your kids whatever it is that they're teaching them. Or they may not be aligned with yours, and you do care what's going on. You know, whatever side of the spectrum that you stand on, I gotta agree with Andrew Tate on this one. Leave my children out of your world views. You're not paying for them. You're not raising them. You're not taking them to the hospital. You're not picking them up when they fall. You're not drying their tears when they are sad. You have nothing to do with them other than that little bit of time that you spend when I'm at work. If you want respect for your lifestyle, then respect the lifestyles of others. Just because we don't agree with what you're doing, even if we do agree with what you're doing, but let's just say we don't agree with what you're doing, doesn't mean that we're mortal enemies. And it doesn't mean that it is your job to try to teach my children to be, quote unquote, tolerant to your way. I'm not going to teach my kids to hate anybody. And that's a fact. But I have the right as a parent to raise my kid as I see best and fit. And that's kind of being propagated nowadays. You have now Muslims are beginning to go to school boards and protest books and lessons and classes and programs that do not conform to their religious beliefs. Christians and Muslims need to unite in this because our beliefs are pretty clear on things like this. You know, the thing is that when Christian parents did it, they were considered domestic terrorists. I am waiting to see what they do with the Muslim parents, because this will be very telling. Knowing that the left really likes to play on identity politics, we shall see what happens on that count. But anyway, that was my rant for the day. I hope y'all have a blessed evening. God bless and goodbye.